Now this is what I like about it, man. Look at that, how sharp turns I'm making. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, Assalamu alaikum, greetings, AliShanMao here. Welcome outdoors to more RC video reviews, and in particular more FPV aircraft reviews. Today in this video, as you can see in my hands, is the Eachine AtomRC Seal FPV aircraft. What a beautiful aircraft on a traditional design. That's the first thing I liked about it. It is on a traditional design, which is basically a proven design for FPV aircrafts. And when it comes to relaxing long-range FPV flights, these are easy to fly and much more stable, much more forgiving. Before we proceed, let me give you a closer look at the Eachine AtomRC Seal, talk a bit about it, and then it's ready to fly at the moment without any flight controller. That's my common practice. Whenever I test a new RC aircraft, I have to test it without any flight controller, no matter if it is an FPV aircraft. So there's no flight controller. I'll test it right here and you can watch how it flies, and after that we'll go for FPV system installation and take it from there. First off, the wingspan is adjustable, so you can either use these provided shoulders that come with the kit and turn it into a 1200mm wingspan, or don't use them and you can install the wings directly to the fuselage using the supplied shorter spars in the kit, and you can fly it in, you know, shorter wingspan. I actually like it with bigger wingspan because it's much more stable, and you know, it will get better lift as well, and will fly slow. Of course, if you want to fly faster, do aerobatics, use the shorter wingspan. Now notice, as I mentioned, that it's a traditional design, which is again a proven design for stability, ease of flights, easy setup, and relaxing long-range FPV. So there's no VTOL or, you know, fancy tails or fancy designs, and no new bricky straight nose designs. Nice and sleek aerodynamic design. If you look at the nose right here, you do have a little bit of piece that you can take off. Okay, I didn't take it off, and I'll not at the moment, but you can take it off and install a mini FPV camera like Foxeer Toothless V2 will fit right here. And basically I got one as well, which I'm going to install later. And then we have inlets here for airflow at both sides. Okay, airflow inlets. We'll dive into it one moment. For the inside, down here you have an antenna hole for your VTX. This means you will install your video transmitter inside, and you will be worrying that why you should install it inside, because it will be heating up inside. But again, as you just saw these inlets, let's hope these inlets will provide enough airflow inside for the VTX. Then the tail joins here, glues here, and then there's a spar, fiberglass spar inside, and goes all the way back. And then we have a traditional tail design. Now under the plane they have also provided these hard plastic parts. Here's the hard plastic cover, so that when you land on the belly, of course the belly lander, you will not damage the foam under the plane. And I believe it's slippery enough you can even take off. I don't know right now because I haven't flown it. If it has enough power, you can even take off from ground. Installation of servos is very nice and easy right here. You can replace them. Cables go all the way in, but once you have glued it, then it's a trouble to replace the servos and cables. You know, that's gonna be big trouble right there. But again, very nice connectors already provided, ball connectors, adjustable to adjust the length of the connecting rods. Okay, so this is this tail with elevator and rudder. Very nice. I like it. Now we have a 1400 kV motor spinning an 8-inch propeller, and it's already angled right for better plane performance. Also notice you have a mini ESC, kind of BL Heli ESC right here, so very easy to replace or remove the ESC. A space given right here, kind of like if you want to install the VTX down here on the tail, okay, you can have your cables going in from here. Also the airflow maintenance, also to maintain airflow, I believe. And of course ESC is getting airflow from inside as well. The plane does not have flaps, it just have ailerons, okay, and under the wing you can see the servo installation is easy and a CG is marked very, very clearly. There's a screw down here that locks the wing onto the spars, okay, and there's nothing else to lock except these two screws. CG points once again mentioned very, very clearly, so there's no doubt you can easily balance the CG. Now when we come to the top, you will notice that there is a GPS bay. You can install the GPS right here without worries and keep it nice and clean setup, okay? And you have the front hatch, which you can open, and then you have lots of space inside for a 3300 milliamp or 5000 milliamp batteries. Even the 10,000 milliamp will fix. And to install your video transmitter and FPV camera gear, of course FPV camera you can always install forward. There's another nose actually which can I forgot to bring it, which is kind of like cut like this, so you can install your SD cameras there. Should you want to install a servo for panning, you can use the other hatch or canopy for that. Now this is not it. If you come down here, that's what I like about it, man, and it brings memories back, nostalgic memories from the times of Skywalker, the legendary FPV plane, because I used to cut the Skywalker from the side to access this big area. Now you can see there, you can install your VTX, video transmitter, your flight controller, and everything can be installed down here. There's plenty of space for that. So this is what I really like, the hatch idea here, okay? It's a magnetic hatch, so it should stay right there. So not much to talk about. I believe this is enough. Looks like a good plane to fly, and today is mild winds. To me it looks like it will be a very stable flyer and relaxing FPV cruising. I enjoy relaxing FPV around. Should you want to fly long range, you can always set that up. For me, I'm not interested in long range. I might be able to do 1 kilometer FPV to test it right here. By the way, I'm waiting for SN Lite Plus, the new flight controller just released by LFARC, SN Lite Plus and the Sparrow. I'm waiting for those flight controllers, and when they come, I'll install them here, install the FPV system, and we'll come back for another FPV flights later. But this flight, let's fly it and see how it goes. Okay, everything is ready. CG is balanced. Let's check. There's a lot of throw because I'm not using any, expose or dual rates. So let's see if it has enough power to take off from ground or not. Wow, this is what I like about it, man. I went with the wind. Actually, wind is coming from right. It has enough power to take off from ground. Well, right after takeoff, I knew I was right about my speculations or ideas for this plane. Look how stable and smooth it's flying. It's slightly windy today, a little bit gusts as well, but still you can see how it's handling the winds, and what a smooth flyer. There comes more gusts. So if I put it towards the wind, look, it's like a glider right there.
1 minute.
Very nice, responsive, very, very responsive. And I like it that we have a rudder, so look at how it's turning its nose into the wings, and having to have a rudder, you can counter that and fly it straight. Look at that, how it's cruising on 0 throttle. Look at that. It's gliding with the wind. Okay, let me come against the wind. Hold on. 0 throttle. MashaAllah, look at that, man. Absolutely, really beautiful glider right there. Smooth like butter, man. And the responses on this, tracks very nice and straight. Look how sharp turns I'm making.
2 minutes.
Look at that, how sharp turns I'm making. It's just listening to my commands, like, you know, it knows what I'm going to do, and it just does it. What a quiet pass. Ooh, the wind slap actually wanted to crash it. Thank you very much, winds. But Seal does have that responsiveness and that extra punch on that motor and power. Actually, I crashed my Bighorn the other day here doing the same thing. The wind slapped it and it stalled and, you know, went down, and bye-bye to that. As I mentioned, when I looked at the design and when I looked at the wingspan, I knew it somehow from my experience that this is going to be a beautiful flyer, beautiful performer, and obviously another successor to legendary FPV aircrafts like Bixler, Skywalker. I'm sure the FPV on this is going to be fun, relaxing, cruising with FPV around, no matter short range or long range. It will be fun. Beautiful, mashallah. Tracks really straight, and I think it's aerobatic capable as well. Yeah, when you are in manual mode, obviously you can pull good aerobatics as well. Look at the angles I'm pulling there. And the good thing about traditional designs like these, you do not have much of those dreaded nose hunting issues because you have a proper traditional design tail, and, you know, no nose hunting issue, hopefully. It's performing, mashallah, so nice, so much fun to fly line of sight that I really don't want to land. I just want to fly it. Plenty of power, man. I think it will do vertical climb as well. Beautiful for aerobatics, huh? Plenty of power. So let's see how it lands. It's a belly lander, so I'll reduce the throttle. Man, it will go far. I'm coming really hot. Look at that smoothness, man. Look at that smoothness right there. It's still like floating on the ground because of that ground effect. I didn't hear those dreaded scratching sound, you know. It's just still floating on the ground. Okay, so there was a ground takeoff, and after landing I have these scratches on the bottom plate right here and slightly here on the back. No damage though. So what I'm gonna do is now I'm gonna hand launch it and see how it feels hand launching. You just saw it is capable of doing, you know, takeoff from the ground. So what about the hand launch? I don't know where the wind is coming from. The chimney shows that it's crosswind as usual, so I'm just gonna throw it right here. Thank you very much for installing that fence. I almost destroyed my plane. It went nose down. Guess I'm running it nose heavy, which is my common practice on the very first or maiden flight for any new aircraft, I run it nose heavy. I should have thrown it slightly more upward rather than straight, because when you want to do hand launch, normally throwing a plane straight into the air does a very, very good job. But in case of nose heavy planes, and if you have a FPV gear, you want to point it slightly higher, nose pointed slightly higher, and then throw. It will not go down. Man, I did not even touch the trims right after installing everything. It came as a PNP, and I can tell you, I did not even touch any connecting rods, and right after takeoff I did not even touch any trims today, and it is flying so nice and smooth. That shows how well the PNP model is basically tuned in the factory. You know what? I had an FPV system lying in my bag as a plug-and-play FPV system, and my Hawkeye DVR, the mini DVR that I have reviewed before, is always in my bag, and I find that there's enough battery in this, and it has a DVR, so you know, why not we enjoy a little FPV flight. This is it for the maiden flight. Absolutely a charming flyer right here. Thank you very much, Eachine AtomRC, for creating another beautiful FPV platform for us to enjoy our FPV flights. Now, you all know the next steps. I'm gonna take it home. I'm gonna wait for the flight controller SN Lite Plus and Sparrow to arrive, and then I'll install either one on this one, install an FPV system, and obviously the next you will watch and enjoy the FPV flight on Eachine AtomRC SEAL FPV aircraft. If you like this video, give it a big thumb up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit that little bell icon, and yes, if you want this plane, links are in video description. Have fun, people, and stay tuned for more videos. Come on, you know what to do. Hit that like button. It's right there. I know you can do it. Oh, while you're at it, also hit the subscribe button. Right there. Come on, don't be shy. Just hit it. Thank you very much for all your support towards my work, that I post regular and fresh content on my channel just for you. Hit that like button right there.